Hello and welcome to the entertainment segment of The Breakfast Show. Of course, my name is Theophilus Ilama, and as usual, I have my co-host here. She doesn't like me saying sidekick.
Why are you trying to out me out like that now? People will not know that.
Was I trying to do that? No,
yes.
I'm not trying to do that. I don't think so.
Anyways, your birthday is this week.
Oh my.
Next week.
So you have to out me right now.
Yes. So, I mean, he's going to be taking myself and the rest of the breakfast team out to maybe lunch. Yeah.
Yes.
Lunch
after Mr. Atiba is taking us out today.
Yes. It's going to be such a wonderful week for us.
Oh my.
We have an outing with our CEO. We have an outing with Sanero. Then you. Oh, I can't wait.
Nice one. All right. So let's take some entertainment news this morning. Of course, this week the nation recorded another win as the Nigerian YouTuber and social media entrepreneur Clara Chizoba Kronberg broke the Guinness World Record for the longest interview in marathon with a time of 55 hours and 24 seconds. And the Guinness World Records announced this via a post on its website this week. The previous record was 37 hours 44 minutes, which was achieved in 2022 by Rob Oliver from the United States of America. To achieve these feats, she interviewed 90 people of various nationalities and occupations, including politicians, business owners, content creators, actors, real estate agents, amongst others. The conversations were centered on how each guest achieved success in their respective field. Her record attempt took place on a docked yacht in the Spanish city of Marbella, where she currently lives. Moving now, veteran and Nollywood actor Zack Orji, who was rumored dead some weeks ago, has shared more insight on his recent health challenges, which forced him to travel to the UK for medical treatment. The versatile thespian said that it is by the grace of God that he is alive today after he slumped in his bathroom. He also described how in December 2023, he passed out in his bathroom and didn't wake up for more than 5 hours before someone found him and rushed him to the hospital. The actor claimed that he was first discovered by his colleague, Benedict Johnson, who hurriedly took him to the National Hospital in Abuja with the assistance of another actor identified as Labista. The 63-year-old actor also added that before he underwent successful brain surgeries, he lost his memory. So, entertainment news this week, of course, Zack Orji, and we have to say a big congratulations to Chizoba for the feats there. Of course, there's been many other people who have attempted that record-breaking interview, longest interview marathon, but
But can you do that?
Yes, I can.
You can
yes,
for 90 hours?
Yes.
90?
Yes, 90 hours.
Okay.
No, we have to practice and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should Guinness Book of Records be expecting your form?
Yeah, but I'll just allow Chizoba to,
For maybe 1 or 2 years, right?
Let her just enjoy the win.
2026 are coming for you.
And she did it in a yacht, so I have to look for maybe a helicopter or airplane. You know, Motola got married on airplane, on air. So
you want
to do something different.
Okay. I want to say what I want to say now.
Okay, so at this point, we are going to have our discussions, of course. Ambassador Dr. Queen Blessing, the national president of the Association of Movie Producers Nigeria, joins us this morning to talk about the future of the film industry in the country. Now, Queen Blessing is a Nigerian veteran actress and filmmaker. She won the Best Actress Indigenous Award and the Best Film Indigenous Award for her production of Ilere-Ife at the 2016 Eko International Film Festival. She received the Special Recognition Award at the 2021 City People Movie Awards for her contribution to the Nigerian movie industry. And of course, she joins us now in the studio to talk more on the industry. Thank you very much for coming at this time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for coming.
All right, so look, we have a lot of things we're going to be talking about, of course. So let's just go straight to business now. First of all, let's brush through a particular topic. And I'm sure you know what I'm going to be talking about. It's this issue of Blessing, Adama. Yes, and of course the death of Junior Pope and 3 others. What has your association done at this time?
Well, I mean, like I said, I told you I was not going to talk about this because a committee has been set up, a 9-man committee, to look into the incident that happened that very day and give us a report. In the meantime, the association has also advised Adama to suspend every production you know, everything that has to do with that particular production and every other production until we're able to get, you know, a closure as to what happened. Well, it's quite unfortunate, but I mean, she's doing everything she needs to do, you know, with the families to make sure that those bodies are buried. And yeah, and the first thing we told her was to hand herself over to the police, which she did. So yeah, we're working on everything.
Okay.
Well, I would like to ask, I saw an interview that you did earlier, yes, and you said that Mr. Junior Pope said that he wasn't going to wear the life jacket because it was dirty. And now I'm trying to connect it to the issues that producers face. Because in as much as you can maybe provide some of the things that actors need to adequately prosper when they are on set or be protected when they are on set, unfortunately, because of this, I don't want to say big manism or something, they might not want to take those opportunities. So what do you have to say about that?
I think what we have been doing is to let the producers know their powers. He who pays the piper dictates the tune. If you pay somebody and the person is on your set, you must do everything to protect that person. In this case, the producer was not around, the production manager was in charge, and the production manager told the producer that he gave Junior Pope a body life jacket, and he said it was dirty, he can't wear it. Now, what I expected Junior Pope to do was to say, look, either you wash it, get me a clean one, or I take a walk. Even arrest the producer for sending them, you know, to a suicide mission, you know, but I believe that was not done, and which is why we set up the committee to look into everything that happened. Again, the producer cannot be everywhere at the same time. And that is why when it comes to production, there are so many people in that value chain. When the producer is not around, there's somebody that looks after the production, which is called the production manager. And there's a director there, there is production assistant, there's assistant producer, so many people in that value chain. The smallest production have at least 20 crew. So everybody needs to work together. You can't say because it's the producer's cup of tea, you leave everything. You need to protect yourself, protect others around you. And I think that's what we teach our producers. Look, if you don't have the time, don't produce. Because at the end of the day, because you are the owner of the company, they will come after you. In this case, I want to believe that the boat rider should take liability, the owner of that establishment to take liability. It wasn't the producer that rode the boat. But again, if you continue on that line, people will say you're supporting the producer because it's your member. I never met Adama before. I only knew she was my member from the Delta State chapter when this thing happened. But again, even if she was not my member, I will still say what I'm saying because it's just the right thing to do. If I invite you to my home, I make sure the table is set and I serve you good food. The fact that you are not the only one on that table, I expect you to take care of your food and water. If you want to go and ease yourself, finish your water, finish your food, or take it along. Because if you leave that table and you're poisoned, it's not on me. I can't be everywhere. I can't sit on that table and also monitor everything that happens on the table. So that is why it's important in that value chain. Yes, it is the producer, but everybody needs to put their hands on deck when they're on set to look after each other, including the producer.
What about plans for compensation for the family members? Is the association doing anything, or will that be left purely to Adamalu?
That will be left purely to Adamalu, and she has been doing so much. According to what she told me, she provided coffins, ambulances, and so on. Everything the families have requested for, she's been able to do.
All right, now, of course, we move to other issues of importance here in the industry. Apart from the fact that producers have so many issues, there one other issue we've noticed, and this has been on for a very long time, is the issue of piracy and copyright. How do producers go about all of this when they produce a movie and suddenly, you know, back in the day, I'm saying that like an old man, though.
Well,
back then, you go in traffic and you see a movie just produced yesterday in CDs, selling everywhere. Now we have the internet, and still this hydra-headed monster lurks around.
The truth of the matter is that every producer is affected. I remember seeing my movie on YouTube. I don't know how it got there. So I reached out to my lawyer. So he tried to investigate, and by the time we wrote the person on YouTube and all, he blocked the channel, removed the movie, and there was no way we could trace him, and that was it. He had made money. So when it comes to piracy, it cannot be eradicated. It can just be maybe they probably bring it down to the barest minimum. Even in America, they'll see piracy, but it's been done in a way that you don't notice that even a movie is pirated. Okay. But, you know, when it comes to Nigeria, the law, first of all, that talks about when you pirate somebody's job is too weak. You pirate somebody's job and they tell you you can go to prison for a minimum of, a maximum of 5 years. Depends on what the judge is saying at that time. And also you have an option of fine. You know, you pay a fine. I think it's even less than 50,000. And then I'll go and pirate the job, make millions. And then when I'm caught, I'll just pay whatever stipend it is to pay. And then I will also escape prison. I think there should not be an option of bail or fine, nothing like that. If you pirate a job and you are investigated and you find guilty, you should go to prison for at least 10 years.
Are there situations where we'll see, there are times we hear of a movie that has been leaked or an album that has been leaked. Is that a deliberate attempt a lot of times?
I don't know, because I, for one, as a producer, will not leak my job, no matter how popular I want that job to go, no matter how viral I want that job to go. And for those who do that, I think I feel sorry for them, because it's not the right thing to do. If you do a good job, you don't have to leak it. One person needs to see it, and word of mouth, they tell each other, and boom, the movie is making money. That's what I think. So I don't believe a producer would go on set so fast, spend a lot of millions, and then leak that job. No, I don't agree with that.
Okay. But what other issues have Nigerian producers in Nigeria been experiencing? Well, apart from funding anyway, because I know that is a
funding is a big issue, and it would remain a big issue. I think that we need structures. We need studios. I mean, Lagos State is trying their best in terms of, you know, the film village they want to, film city, not village, that they want to build in Ekpe. I must commend the governor of Lagos State. He's been on top of things when it comes to the creative industry. I just wish other governors can follow suit in the 36 states, including the FCT. And I mean, that would help producers a lot, because it takes a lot for us to get money. Sometimes we take loans, and you know how much these loans come for, 30%, 20%. And you know, when it comes to investing in movies, before you start paying those loans, it takes you like 6 months before your movies even get, you know, you get to sell your film and then start getting monies back and all of that. And then if you don't have other means to start paying that loan, it becomes a problem. So a lot of producers have been out of their houses, they've lost their properties because they use them as collateral. So and that's why most of the time when I talk, I always say government needs to look into the industry. Every industry in the other parts of the world, there is no industry that is surviving without the government. I was in Canada in September, and I can tell you the Canada government is playing a huge role in their creative sector. I can tell you that for free. So I think that the way government can help us is to give us not just grants only, give us zero interest loan, 5 loans that are single digits, you know, interest loan. You know, it will help the industry. Loans that you have a long term to pay and you're not even paying any interest. Then it gives you that, you know, leverage to make sure you make a good film, take your time to get a good platform to sell it, and then move forward. So government needs to do that for us, and they also need to build studios for us. And then we also need to look at community cinemas, because a lot of us even go out there to get money. We've built the industry, you know, with our sweat and blood. We have this talent, we have this passion. So any small money we get, boom, we're in location. She was in my car, and I was telling her, I'm sorry, the whole thing is crowded. I'm starting a production on Monday, and all of the script everywhere. So we do so many things to make sure that we sell Nigeria. We've been able to put Nigeria on the global map, and I think the government needs to cut us some slack and thank us for what we've done over the years, you know. So building structures for us, and I mean, it's not going to be structures that are free. Something you pay some little stipend to use is even going to bring money into the coffers of the government.
But do producers make money from cinemas?
Well, I don't have any movie in the cinema, but I believe they make money, because I mean, we see the numbers. There's a lot of numbers ruling out there. I don't think
a lot of people believe that those numbers are just.
That is the problem with Nigeria. We are doubting Thomases. No matter how sweet something is, no matter how genuine, somebody is somewhere telling you it must be a lie. Why will anybody come and say I made 1 billion when he knows that tax will come after them? When he knows that they will come after you for taxes and all of that? Are you going to now tell them behind the camera that, no, I was chasing clouds? I don't think, I won't do it. So I don't think any producer that comes out to say, these are the numbers I'm making in the cinema is lying. Because the cinema owners are there. A lot of people, are you now telling me they're ganging up? I don't agree with that. I think if they say that is what they're making, then that is what they're making. But what I always advise is, if you don't know the terrain, you don't know the market, don't get into it.
But for a movie like Funke Akindele's Judah,
A Tribe Called Judah,
how much do you think she would have made for herself from the movie?
I think with the sharing ratio, the last time I checked,
there's a sharing ratio.
Of course,
between the
cinema.
Okay.
I think the cinema takes maybe 50% or something like that. And I think at the end of the day, the producer ends up with 30%. I think.
But is that not much?
It is very much. We're still.
But the cinema taking 50% after you've done the movie.
Yeah, they take 50%, and there are some percentage from that, your own 50% that goes into either advertising, creating awareness, and all of that. So I think it's a lot, but we're still trying our best to. You see, the problem is platforms. When you don't have so much platform, the few platforms there will rip you off. But when a lot of platforms, take it for instance, when telecommunication came into Nigeria, when we had only the likes of, I don't want to do advert for them, and then our own now came, you see what happened, it crashed. So when we have more platforms, all this shakara would stop. We don't have enough cinemas, and that's why anytime I talk about, community cinemas. It's important. For instance, Lagos, we have 57 local government. Imagine if we have two cinema in each local government, or even one. And then the price crashes, people can go and see a good movie at 500 naira as against the 2,500. How many people can afford 2,500? So we have the market. It's just for us to figure out how we can have structures in place to make sure that every other person that is staying away from our movies because they can't afford to go to the cinema can also enjoy what looks like a cinema. Because the community cinema will not look posh, but it will give you the satisfaction because the CD is fading off. Those are our market, and we have a huge market. It's still there, but I mean, just kind of scanty. So we have that market that we are losing. And for us to get that market back, we need community cinemas.
So community cinemas as against technology. People watch from their homes now.
That's what I'm saying. The people that watch the DVDs are not people that can afford to watch from their home. Data is so expensive.
Data. People watch from their television, their smart TVs and all of that. So those ones, a lot of times, will not want to go to the cinema.
Even the smart TV, you have to subscribe. Recently, DSTV increased their prices. So there's issues. Community cinema is still the answer to so many things. Those very average people can tap into it, and the producer get to make money.
Okay, so it's quite a lot, quite all right. But in all of this now, there's this mindset that actors try to charge quite a lot from the producers.
Yeah. I think on the 11th of April we had a general meeting. Our association, we are in over 24 states in Nigeria, so national is Lagos. And as national president, it's a difficult thing to handle CEOs. Everybody wants you to solve their problem. That is why you are there, and you try as much as you can to solve. So one of the questions that was raised at the meeting by a lot of my producers was, Madam President, what can you do to help us talk to actors to charge less? And I went straight up. I'm a very straightforward person. I cannot help you talk to actors to charge less. What you need to do is to know your powers. You are the star makers. You made them. And if they are now too expensive, you dump them by the side. You groom new actors.
I mean, I saw a particular actor, I won't mention his name, 3 million naira for one day.
That is it. How
much are they? I mean, how much?
And so I also tell people, if you have a budget, because when it comes to Nollywood, our films varies. There is a budget of 100 million, 200 million, 150 million. There is also a budget of 2 million. Yeah. So if you have a budget, for instance, for 2 million, why do you want to pay one actor 1 million? How do you now pay the remaining crew? How do you now feed people? How do you put them in a hotel?
There's this mindset that you need these big guys to be able to sell your movie.
It's what I'm saying. If every producer drops them and all the content you get as a platform does not carry those faces, and you must put content on your platforms, you won't have a choice but buy those contents. I don't know if you're getting the point.
Yes,
so the thing is, the producers need to also speak one voice. If we're boycotting this actor, we boycott the actor. Simple and short.
And at least you get newer actors.
You get new actors, you groom new actors. There was a time it was done in Nollywood by marketers when the likes of, you know, don't want to mention anybody's name, those very big, they were blacklisted at the time. And that was when Iniedo and Co. springed up. So we need fresh air, we need some fresh faces. So if they decide it's a day, I shot a job in January, duty. I called an actor, I don't want to mention his name, and he told me, he charged me a certain amount for a day, and I felt it was ridiculous. I told him I was going to get back to him. I blocked his number. Yes.
But I want to know that amount.
No, but there's also the mindset that where the other actors are coming from was from a crude level of training. The ones we have now do not have that kind of level of training.
No, I disagree. There are trainings going on every day. But you can force a horse to the river. We can't force it to drink water. For instance, the Association of Movie Producers just completed a training. We partnered with Global Audiovisual Center in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, to train our producers and below-the-line filmmakers. I can tell you I have close to 10,000 members as producers in Association of Movie Producers. That program, we did not even get 200, and it was on Zoom. It's not as if you're going out of your house, and the time was perfect, 7:30 every time the program goes on. And we had professors from different countries to teach us, and we learned a lot. A lot of them were not there. Have we brought that? Yes. A lot of people key in, no. So there's nothing you can do. If an actor or a producer refuses to get training that are being brought by associations, there's nothing you can do about it. If you get good training, you up your game. Definitely, prices will go up. But we're saying that it should go up in a way that it does not look like you are carrying a cutlass. That's what we're saying. We're not saying if you're collecting 100K, it must be 100K for the next 5 years. No, it goes up, right? I remember when I was doing Super Story for Wale Adenuga, I never used to negotiate with them. When I come on their sets for any time they bring me, either for Super Story, Girls Next Door, or what have you, on their own, they just increase my money. They just tell me, this is what Oga said we should pay you. And for whatever reason, it was always okay with me. I'm not a greedy person. And for me, like, you paid me like this the other time and you're paying me like this. I mean, there's a huge gap. So why do I have to renegotiate? I just do the job and smile and take a walk. So I'm not saying they must remain where they are. As you get training, you're traveled, you get fans, you know, you begin to increase what you take, but not the way they're going about it.
Okay, so we'll need to go quite shortly. But talking about fans now, what will be a message to fans? A lot of fans believe that an actor, for instance, you're having this outfit now. The next time we see you, you should not wear this. So we have one outfit and not wear it after 5 years.
Okay, so
like they put this artist on air.
Yeah, they believe that they have a...
I think on my page, I made a video where I said the most difficult life you have as a Nollywood practitioner, as a filmmaker, is that fans expect so much from you, but you'll be doing yourself harm when you allow them to pressure you. I, for one, have been in Nollywood for 25 years. I've done over 60 films, and I've produced over 16 movies. I can wear my clothes when I feel like. I love clothes, so you hardly really see me repeat clothes because I love clothes, right? But if I want to repeat my clothes, they are my clothes. I will repeat them. I can eat under the bus stop. I can eat under the bridge and wherever. I don't care. Journalists will even see me and say, Queen, don't be breaking news, so she go don't post them for her page. They won't sit with me and eat. So why put yourself under pressure because of people? At the end of the day, they are not the ones paying your bill. So they either take you the way you are or leave you alone. That's it.
All right, thank you so much, Queen, for coming here to talk to us. Of course,
take us where we are.
It's been quite interesting having this conversation with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, and that's it on the entertainment segment. Coming up is sports with Mark Otabo and the crew. Of course, they're giving you the news from the ever-exciting world of sports. Stay tuned.